WMDX. The John and Gordy family show.
You're switching up which mics you're on again.
Did we really?
No, I didn't do
John
anything.
did not, but Gordy did, and it's a little goofy over
Yeah, how
there.
come you're changing the microphone every time?
They
I
gotta
don't.
you gotta throw curveballs at me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Gotta make it interesting.
Keep you on your toes. Yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
I'm sitting in the same place. It's just whatever microphone, whoever.
How much further
left it.
away can you sit?
Well, I try
Look,
to get
you're
as far
almost-
away
you're
of
on the
you as possible, but I'll get in the
You know,
picture.
I'm starting to swing. I'm swinging my
What do you
arms
mean?
this morning.
Okay.
All right. Okay, you good?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah, everybody good?
I'm kind of a little thrown off this morning. Again.
Why is that?
Well, you know, you're going to have some really bad weather today.
That's what we're talking about.
Tornadoes, vornadoes,
What?
vornadoes.
Vornadoes.
You've got a vornado aimed right at you now.
What are you talking
The
about?
fan. That fan
Oh,
right
that-
there. That's,
oh,
that's a vornado.
Oh, I didn't even notice the brand name. Okay. Yeah, it's a little.
Gotta watch out for those. You know, just like the tornado, it
Yeah.
creates quite a gust.
Let me move it a little bit. You want a little bit of a fan?
That would help.
Find your own fan. This is only good for one person.
Well, I know. You know, you can't reach across all these laptop
I know.
screens. That's cool.
That's the
cool.
problem.
Yeah, just
That's the problem.
hoard it.
It's Tuesday, May 21st, John.
Yeah.
My name's Gordy. Your name's John. We're here together Tuesday morning. Getting the John and Gordy show just underway. It's cloudy. It's kind of foggy. We've got some showers and storms headed our way on the radar.
Yes.
It's right on our doorstep, ready to come into the city here. It's going to be warm and humid today. 81 degrees is the expected high. Don't need the weather wheel today. Don't need the weather balls. It's going to be hot, humid. Thunderstorms later today. Could be strong, could be severe. You know, we'll keep you posted. Keep your eye to the sky and your ear right here.
Okay.
We'll keep you.
So just don't
informed.
worry. It's going to be bad weather. We don't need to give you the details on.
No.
That's what you're saying, basically.
That's what I'm saying.
Got it.
I'll tell you what. We could use the
Write that
roulette
down.
wheel to get the current temperature. Let's switch it up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Why not?
Let's do that. The
Okay,
weather wheel.
let's roll the wheel. Here we go.
Right.
All
Roulette
right,
wheel.
round and round it goes. Current temperature in Madison is 61 degrees.
Super.
Again, highs in the low 80s today. It's hot and humid.
Well, today
Stormy.
we're going to continue our week-long investigation into Project 2025. We got more fun stuff.
We're going to workshop it a little bit.
Yes.
We're trying to help. You know, that's all.
Absolutely.
We're just kind of pointing out a few things that maybe could be adjusted along the way. In Project
It
2025.
can be a little depressing, but we're putting a happy face on it.
All right. Well, we'll get to that a little bit later on. But first, it's time for the National Day calendar.
All right. Can't wait.
21st day of May. So, what is it today? What is it? Is it Memo Day? Is it?
Are we looking for a day that doesn't exist that you just threw in?
That's right. Got a list of days here. One of these does
want
not
to get the
belong.
rules up to date.
All right. Memo Day. Strawberry and Cream Day. Okay. National Seat Cushion Day. National Wait Staff Day. Or is it American Red Cross Founders Day? Which one of those days does not belong?
It's
John?
Strawberries and Cream Day.
You're wrong. Sam?
Waitstaff Day? That doesn't sound right.
You're wrong too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
It's not National Seat Cushion Day. Why would we have a day for seat cushions? I snuck that one right by you. You didn't even flinch. National Seat Cushion. What is the matter with you? You guys are just waking up, aren't you? It could be National Seat Cushion Day, but it's not. It's some other day.
You know, you're getting so good at reading off the days.
Yeah.
That maybe you should come up with your own Gordy calendar.
You figured out the tell, and then I figured out what you figured out.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm sneaking them by you. Okay. All right, let's get into National Memo Day. That sounds almost interesting,
I
doesn't
don't
it?
think I'm going to be able to live this one down. Actually thinking
National Seat Cushion
Day was a real day. What the hell is wrong with me this morning?
I guess if you were going to see the Mallards, they would have they would have a seat cushion day if they're giving out seat cushions, So I think that's how it slipped through.
Okay.
I'm trying to help you now.
Like at baseball stadiums, they have seat cushions.
Yeah. Each year on May 21st,
Thank you. I feel so much better now.
We recognize National Memo Day. We will send you a reminder just in case you forget. A memo, short for memorandum, is a document or other communication intended to inform a group. Well, we know what memos are. We see them all the time.
I know. We have our phones remind us now instead of having a memo tablet.
Right. Yep. A memo could be a note, an email, or other record made for future use. Okay. Produced as a written message. How to observe National Memo Day.
Oh, no.
I don't think there's any way to
if your life is that empty, you have to celebrate National Memo Day.
It would be pretty bizarre to do any kind of celebration. Yeah. Okay. We should put out a John and Gordy memo every day and send it to our listeners. Just,
Catherine sends out memos all the time.
She does. She's good at it. She practices.
I know.
A lot.
I bet she's very good at typing out those really long ones.
Well, that's you got to keep everybody informed of what's going on, and what's happening in the company and what's expected, all that stuff.
If you went to our app, you'd see how many stations there are.
There are 20 stations at least on Civic Media. Just get the Civic Media app. You can download it for free. Get you in touch.
I think she gets us mixed up with Mino and the Mayor.
You think so? Up in Green Bay?
Yeah. For some reason, I think she's
really
really talking to them, not us.
We should call them once a week. Let's start doing that. Like on the Monday, Monday with Mino and the Mayor. See, it's got a little alliteration to it.
I like that.
Yeah, let's make a memo for that, okay? A memo for Mino and the Mayor Mondays, okay? I think we're on to something. It's National Strawberry and Cream Day.
You are the idea man.
Thank you. We combined two favorites for a celebration of National Strawberries and Cream. Doesn't that sound good?
Like that.
It's delicious.
Yeah, the strawberries hit the shelves.
Fresh strawberries. Wow. Homemade whipped cream. It's perfect. Refreshing, light snack on a beautifully warm day. And today's going to be in the 80s. So.
A little cream, huh?
There you go.
Well, yesterday was strawberry picking day, and I didn't know any other strawberry songs other than Strawberry Fields Forever, which we already played, so had to play some Cream.
There is a song called Strawberry Shortcake.
Really?
Jay and the Techniques.
Okay.
I'll take a look.
Okay.
That's an oldie. Strawberries grow all over the world, John Peterson. Not only are they delicious, but they are also fragrant.
We're still on this.
With over 600 varieties, we have 600 varieties of strawberries.
Isn't it?
We have quite a few to choose from. While strawberries and cream make it a great dessert, that also can be eaten for breakfast or a snack. That's right. You can also add a little granola for some texture. Do you like a little granola with your strawberries and cream?
I don't know.
Okay. If
I get the dehydrated strawberries in Special K. Huh?
Really?
Ever try that?
Ugh.
It's really, really good.
Is it?
Even though the strawberries are rather large, I go through the box and I break up all the strawberries, the large ones, into smaller pieces, and then you get more of the pieces in each spoonful of Special K.
That's true, yeah. I love freeze-dried strawberries. They're so good.
What is so special about Special K anyway? Why would it be Special K?
All it is just a different form of Rice Krispies.
Okay. Yeah, nothing really that special.
Right.
While strawberries and cream make a great dessert, it could also be, I already read that. No matter how you enjoy your strawberries, you just can't go wrong. The strawberries.
Well, that's
Who
true.
writes this crap anyway? God. Okay. Let's move on.
You can't go wrong eating strawberries.
Hey,
remember the story I had where I was out doing the census and this yard was just filled with strawberries.
Yeah.
The yard didn't have grass, it had strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman said that you can't eat those. They're poisonous. It's a different version of strawberries.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then you came in and the next day I said, no, you can eat those. She was just telling you that story so you wouldn't sit there and eat strawberries from her yard.
Well, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe she's had that experience, Somebody just comes along and starts picking her strawberry.
Just, get into her yard and start grazing.
Oh, boy. Okay, next up on the big national day list. I can't look at you right now. National Waitstaff Day. Servers. We're talking about servers. Waitstaff.
Waitstaff, yes.
Recognizes the dedicated and often talented waitstaff. We are encouraged to show appreciation to all waitstaff for making our dining experiences enjoyable. Some servers really do that.
Yes.
You go to a nice fine restaurant, they really go out of their way to help you out.
Yeah.
They, take you through the menu a little bit, maybe point out a couple of specialties. I appreciate that when somebody does that. A server does that.
They have a special of the day normally.
Yeah. So I appreciate your waitstaff today. At the same time, restaurant owners and managers also recognize and appreciate their waitstaff. So there you go. Hats off to the waitstaff today.
Kind of the big question today is, and we're taking your calls all morning long in regards to this, but are you getting used to the electronic tipping system that they have now?
Oh, boy. That's a big can of worms, isn't it? I mean, it just doesn't it. When you do it, I understand it, up to a degree.
Yeah.
But when you're just going through a buffet line or something, and it's just the cashier and
exactly, and then
it asks you, what size tip would you like to leave, or no tip. And they're standing there right in front of you.
I know.
They
haven't really done anything.
They haven't done anything. They're just
order.
standing at the cash register like they even didn't.
I know. I have that dilemma when I go to Chin's.
Chin's?
Yeah. I mean, the guy takes the order and everything. And we know each other now.
Do you?
My kids just love Chin's, and I'm going broke buying Chin's.
I don't know Chin's. Where is Chin's?
It's on Old Sauk Road. Okay. I guess there are a few locations, but the guy just takes the order, and then it has a place for a tip. And I'm thinking, so I always give $1 tip, thinking I've got to do something.
Right. That's what they want you to
But sometimes that's like an insult, right?
Right.
But he likes me.
To tip or not to
each other. Yeah.
All right. We'll come back with more
of the morning, boy.
More of the John and Gordy Show, with a look at history coming up.
Radio, WMDX, 92.7 FM, and 1580 AM on your radio dial. It's the John and Gordy Show. I'm John Peterson.
And I'm Gordy Young, along with our producer, Sam Davison.
Hello.
Good morning. It's a nice little melody.
It is.
Who is this, Sam?
This is Fats Waller. Have we become NPR or something?
We're trying.
We are.
We're trying.
Yeah, it's Fats Waller's birthday today.
How old is Fats?
Born today in 1904, so 120.
Yeah.
He's getting up there.
It's looking his age.
Why are we playing Fats Waller? Is it time to open the history books here?
If you think so, let's take a look-see.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
We never did take a look at your bicycle. Are you taking your bike into work now?
Well, I didn't today because it's going to storm really bad.
Yes, it's going to be bad.
Maybe tomorrow.
It's going to be very bad today. All right. We'll take a look at it.
Speaking of bicycles,
Yeah?
on this day in 1819,
Yes.
Okay.
the American press reports on a pre-bicycle for the first time.
A pre-bicycle.
Yeah, it was a bike without pedals because they hadn't invented the pedals yet.
Wow.
A bike without pedals.
Yeah. So you would sit on it and then you just kind of push yourself along with your feet.
Yeah. Wow.
They called them velocipedes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like the name.
Yeah. And so in 1819, the Evening Post reported on these new fancy
Velocipedes.
devices coming into the country.
Okay.
And supposedly there were so many of them, and they were so useful where they were being imported that they lowered the price of a horse.
Wow.
Who would have
Without
guessed
pedals?
that would have happened?
Yeah.
Without pedals.
Yeah. The pedals weren't invented for another 40 years.
Took a long time to come up with that.
It took quite a while.
Kind of a tall
Yeah.
tall scooter, basically.
I guess.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
That you'd
Okay.
sit down on instead of standing on.
Okay.
And it took off, and it was very popular. People liked the idea.
I wouldn't say it was very popular, no.
Well, they had to lower the price of horses.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, maybe,
Okay.
Maybe.
Megas today would say, hey, it's wrecking our job opportunities.
Well, okay.
1901.
Although the people that were selling the pre-bicycles, they were
Yeah.
doing
They were doing
great.
okay, but yeah,
Everybody else.
it's hurting everybody else, and that's just not fair.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
What else happened on the States?
Let's see. 1901. More transportation history.
Mm-hmm.
Connecticut establishes the first speed limit. You're looking at
In
the sheet, aren't you?
1901?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how fast you'd think it
I know,
was, but
I'm
you're looking at
it.
the sheet right
This is
now.
the first time I've ever looked at the sheet, and there it is, 12 miles per hour in the cities and 15 on country roads. I think that's the speed limits we have out in Middleton.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what they lowered them to.
Well, John, you're a bit of a speed demon, aren't you? You're kind of a crazy driver.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a crazy driver. According to my sons, I'm a crazy
I haven't
driver.
ridden with you, but that's what I've heard.
Oh, you should
That's
take
true.
a ride sometime.
That's true. One son thinks I'm a crazy driver and doesn't like it when I drive. And the other son says I'm a crazy driver, but he likes the way I'm able to maneuver through traffic. So I have a talent, he says. And I'm a really good driver.
So you have one daredevil
crazy
son
driver.
and one cautious son.
Cautious, very cautious son.
What does Ann say about your driving? She like it?
No.
Okay. Okay. That's why she's got her own car.
I keep everybody awake in the car by stopping suddenly.
So they slam forward into the seat in front of them.
Yeah, or the dash.
Yeah. Keep them on their
And
toes.
they don't like that.
All right.
Oh boy. We have one other thing that it was so bizarre that I had to include it on here.
Okay.
So President James Garfield, he was assassinated in the late 1800s, right?
Okay.
Apparently they kept his spine. In the year 2000, the National Museum of Health and Medicine put his spine on display.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Why?
That's a good question. Like,
Why?
part of the reason that he died was because they were trying to use so many new medical technologies on him to save his life, and they actually ended up killing him. And that's probably why, is to showcase all of the remnants of what they tried to do to him to save his life.
That sounds like the movie,
What?
What movie?
The Tingler.
The Tingler.
The Tingler. Yes. Where people died of fright, and then they removed their spine, and the spine became alive because the person died from fright and would crawl around and strangle and kill people.
Maybe that's how
Maybe they're
President
trying to-
James Garfield really died. The Tingler got to him.
Yes, and they're trying to contain it.
I wonder if it's still on display. The National Museum
Well,
of
it's not
Health.
still on display. It was only they put it up for starting on this day in 2000 for just a couple of days. So I'm sure it still exists somewhere, cataloged in the back of a museum. But
Man.
That big warehouse in Indiana Jones.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Right. Anything else?
I got a couple more birthdays. We mentioned Fats Waller earlier. Mr. T, I Pity the Fool, born today in 1952.
What a great act.
Really rode that, didn't
He
he?
sure did. You see him on commercials still.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah, he's up
making
there.
a
He's
mark
got a
on
great sense
culture.
of humor.
So he's 72 today.
It's
Okay.
up there. And Jeffrey Dahmer,
Oh,
born today in 1960.
okay.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
insane
Yeah,
stuff.
like when I was a kid, I thought this was way further in the past than it actually was. So I guess I don't connect to it in quite the same way that anyone older than like
Had to go through
35 does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing all that information to us and
Think
bringing
of all-
us down.
Think of all the movies that came out because of Jeffrey
boy,
Dahmer.
the TV movies.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there were horror flicks, and then there were documentaries and reenactments, and
Yeah.
it's insane.
What a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He died in jail, too, up in Portage.
Yeah.
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 My girlfriend Sophia kind of has like a weird fascination with serial killers,
Oh, really?
and like when she found out that like that portage is the portage that he was at, she kind of like was really fascinated
Let's
and
go.
freaked out
Let's
by
go
it.
there.
Go take a tour.
Well, when we were up in when we were up in the Dells for the Christmas party, we drove past it. She was just like glued to the window of the car the whole time we were driving past.
Well, when you're in the Dells, you should stop by the Torture Palace.
What?
Oh, she'd love that. Is that still there?
I don't think so. Downtown?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they removed that.
Boy.
You don't
They
know
wanted
why.
to become a little more family friendly. You know, it's the Dells. They have the scary, the haunted house stuff, but
Yeah.
Hey, we're
Yeah,
pretty
the
family
torture
friendly
palace.
here. This is the family show, right?
It is. It is. We
Sure.
can talk about the Torture Palace.
okay.
But we're not the torture
No,
palace.
well, some mornings it seems like it.
Okay.
We're good, right?
Weather today, yes. Just a reminder, if you're just waking up, they're talking about some pretty heavy showers and thunderstorms later on today.
Moving
So
through
just be
possible
careful.
tornadoes,
That's right. yeah.
hurricanes.
No hurricanes in the forecast, but tornadoes. Just be aware, okay? Be weather aware.
Okay. Well, I'll
Just
try
try
to
to-
keep that in mind.
Okay. Just trying to remind you.
That's
Do I have
good.
to put out a memo about it?
Well, it's National Memo Day, right?
It is National Memo Day.
Well, could you put that to paper then? That'd be fantastic. All right, I think we're going to come up with a little bit of local news, and
Yeah.
that would be a representative and a senator talking about our colleges in the state.
Okay.
And you'll be very interested to know
And we'll
and get in the details.
continue
Yeah.
our workshop on Project 2025.
I'm John Peterson.
And I'm Gordy Young. Hello.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Mouthwash Cola Soda Pop, the all-new soda pop that cleans your breath while it rots your teeth.
It's good stuff.
Mad Radio, WMDX, 92.7 FM, 1580 AM. Broadcasting from the capital city, Madison, on State Street, half a block away from the Dome, by the way.
We are live with the John and Gordy Show.
I'm John.
And I'm Gordy. And that's Sam. Morning, Sam.
Good morning.
Yes.
Everybody's so bright and cheery this morning and getting ready for the heavy weather to hit us later on today.
I like witnessing heavy weather.
Thunderstorms. Yeah, it's kind of exciting. Yeah,
When I was a kid, I used to sit in the back of our minivan with like the hatch popped and sit there eating carrots watching thunderstorms in our driveway.
Yeah, that's what kids do. They just love thunderstorms and lightning.
Yeah.
You know, I used to stand in front of our picture window. We had a ranch-style home when I was a little kid, and I just watched the lightning, and I'd sit there and draw the lightning that I saw.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You were an artist even as a child.
Yeah, inspired by
project.
lightning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we could get some of that today. Heavy rain, thunderstorms, maybe tornadoes. So just be watching.
See, we can say that casually, and not even have to worry. But if you're in Tornado Alley, I suppose they don't really like watching the thunderstorms roll in. Right?
Right.
Makes me think of that picture of the guy mowing his lawn while there's a tornado in the background.
Oh, really?
Have you seen that picture?
No.
Oh, I have to show you that at the next segment here.
You know, that new movie Twisters is coming out end of July.
Is it a sequel to the original?
Well, I believe so, yes.
Ooh.
But I don't know if any of the original characters are still in this one, but it's coming out, I think, third week of July.
Well, the original had the flying cow in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cow.
No one will
Another
ever forget.
cow.
Another cow.
Another cow.
Maybe same cow. Yeah.
But
that was a great movie, but this new one,
special effects are much better now.
Yes, I saw Did you see the commercial?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's really
but I imagine
dynamic.
that it's better now.
Yeah. Twisters.
You know, watching the twisters that people have captured on their phones recently that came through our area, they're much smoother.
What do you mean?
The surface of the tornadoes are much smoother than they are portrayed in movies, where they've kind of swirls and it's a little bit different. You know, maybe they thought it was too surreal looking or too cartoonish by making it smooth, but they are smooth looking from the outside.
Well, in the new movie, in the promo that I saw, it looked like a double tornado. You know, Twisters.
Yes.
So that's
even worse,
the sequel.
isn't it? Yeah.
You know, first there was just one twister. Now they've got two twisters.
Wow.
In the same, cloud formation.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty exciting. We'll have to ask Brittany Merlot if she can review the movie for us.
What are those? What are those lake twisters? What do they call those?
Lake twisters? What do you mean? Oh, like water spouts?
Water spouts. That's it.
Yeah. Those happen. Those happen on Lake Michigan. They do.
Are we?
What?
Are we paying attention to Sam enough? Seems angry now.
No, I'm not
angry.
Oh, okay.
I'm confused because I've never heard of a water spout before.
No kidding.
Oh, really? You haven't?
No.
Okay.
Well, they have them in Florida all the time.
Like a lake hurricane, kind of?
It's
not a hurricane. It's a tornado.
It's a
It
tornado
looks like a funnel
over
cloud.
water, and it goes down to the water and sucks up some of the water into it.
Huh.
Yeah. Maybe that's where they
What
get
a neat idea.
You could go to YouTube and just
Maybe that's where they
put
get
in water spouts
the
in
rain
YouTube.
showers of fish. You've
Yes,
seen those.
absolutely.
Maybe that's from that.
That's
probably.
how it happens. Yeah, the fish get sucked up into the water spouts.
They do, and they all rain down on you.
He
doesn't believe it.
He doesn't believe it.
No, I do. It's just like I've never really thought about this before. All those poor fish just getting their world turned upside
and it's
down.
not nice. No, it's
got
a
a-
big surprise to them.
Got a memo here from Catherine. She's
Dorks. Dorks. But it's
That's
true.
just- it says it all.
Here we're
In
talking-
all caps. In
all caps. She's yelling at us.
So, well, the thing here is, they come out with a movie, a double twister movie.
Yes.
Instead, they should come out with
Water spouts?
Water spouts with rain showers of fish. That sounds more fun.
For the whole movie? I mean, I don't know.
It's almost like Sharknado.
I was going to just ask, have you seen Sharknado?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to watch all of them. I don't know if I ever did because they're all similar, and I'm not quite sure which one I was on, which one I was watching. But I have to say, they are probably the best series of TV shows that I've watched.
Sharknado?
Yeah, Sharknado is just
Shark Week.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It is.
Okay. All right.
It's a big thumbs up and a big recommendation from me, Mr. John Peterson, movie reviewer.
Okay. Not only do we have the showers and storms later on today, some areas have out in the boonies are seeing some pretty heavy fog this morning. So if you're out there, be careful.
All right.
Okay. And hey, you can listen to us on the Civic Media app wherever you go. Download it. You know, it's free. Tune us in. Okay.
All right.
All right.
You know, it's a little quieter downtown now because most of the students have left town. Mm-hmm. They've gone back home. And I hope that they know where they should vote come November. Mm-hmm. Let's hope that they vote here in Dane County. Let's just hope that when they come back, they vote in Dane County because the Republicans tried to get those kids to vote in their hometowns. They don't want them voting in Wisconsin.
Well, right. But I know that I was looking at the last election, in 2020. Mm-hmm. And Dane County went something like 75%.
Yes, that's
Joe
why
Biden.
they want the students out of here.
Yeah,
they definitely want them out.
Yeah.
But we had the protests and the woke propaganda that's taught at the universities, and our MAGA legislators believe that that's all they're taught. That's all they do at the university. They don't have classes necessarily. They don't learn anything. The exams were probably about woke propaganda and probably about how to protest and create an encampment.
This is what the MAGA
That's
Republicans
what they think.
believe.
That's what they think. And I have actually a comment from Representative Mark Bourne. He's a little overweight, really should do something about that unless he wants to pay higher premiums, according to Eric Hovde. Let's check overweight Mr. Mark Bourne.
It's part of an overall focus to try to get UW system to focus on things that are actually important to Wisconsin.
Yes.
We need workforce. We need doctors. We need professionals. We need engineers. We still need the system to train the workforce of the future. But they seem to be focused on anything but that. And there were examples of that again just in the last couple of weeks with the way they handled so poorly those protests and refused to enforce the law.
The law.
Their priorities are out of whack with Wisconsin, and we started that process in this budget. We're going to have to continue those discussions. We're going to have to continue to control those purse strings so they can focus on what's important, because we do need a higher education system that provides the workforce of the future. But right now, they're failing us. And we're going to keep fighting to build the workforce of the future with our higher education system and stop the BS.
Oh, that's it. That's what they're teaching at the UW. They're teaching BS. They're teaching woke propaganda and how to protest correctly, but follow the law, because those encampments were illegal. Oh, no, actually, they were allowed by the administration. So maybe he's a little bit behind on that news story. Check out the newspaper every once in a while, Mark. I guess he's overeating. Let's get to.
What are you fat shaming him for?
Because I'm just so tired of these guys just sitting back, eating their bonbons, and criticizing everybody else.
Do you want to be able to eat your bonbons, John, and you don't?
Yes, I envy him so much.
You're on a candy diet?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Eric Hovde opened the store up, okay?
All right.
Because he wants to charge higher health care premiums to people that are overweight. He doesn't understand it's a genetic thing. He doesn't understand that the person may have a back problem, not able to work out, and then gains weight. He doesn't understand any of the problems that normal human beings and their bodies have.
Okay.
Just saying. So, anyway, then we have Senator Devin LeMahieu. He doesn't skip a beat lying as well, blaming the woke distractions that don't exist for being responsible for two-year campuses closing and student populations declining. Let's check this cut out from Devin.
Over the last, for a while now, the leaders of our university, the faculty, they've been focusing all on the wrong things. They're focusing on these woke policies and everything else rather than getting individuals into the system who will go into nursing, into medicine, into engineering, into teaching, into everything that we need in our society. And the reflection is that every one of the universities in the system outside of Madison has been shrinking because they're not fulfilling their goal. They're focusing on all the wrong things and not providing value to those students who are going there. We've seen the two-year campus is shutting down just because they're not focusing on the mission that they need to focus on hand.
Funding.
So we'll continue that battle, trying to get them to focus. We need to focus on getting good leadership in the system to make sure that they're focusing on the right things.
A lot of focusing.
Because Devin and Mark are both, just people that we admire for getting so much stuff done. I think, they should probably fund the two-year universities that are closing down. That's the problem. They didn't have enough funding in order to keep them running.
Well, that's one problem. They cut way back on getting recruitments, doing their recruiting staffs.
Right. They couldn't have the recruiting staff because they didn't get the funding.
Right. Yeah.
And it all works that way. Let's just kind of, think about it a little bit, you guys.
Hey, let's go to the phones. We have Mark on the line. Good morning, Mark. How are you doing?
Good morning. Yeah, and water sports are real. This is quite a while ago when I was up north and with a buddy. We were cutting across this little marsh. I think we were going to fix up our duck blind, and all of a sudden, hear the wind kick up, and we look over, and there across the marsh, we see the tops of the trees going on. There across the marsh, all of a sudden, a water spout formed.
Wow, in a marsh.
Across the marsh and went the other way. I mean, it was like a dust devil, which is just a small version of a tornado. But and for your past thing with the Mark Bourne and Maypuke, those guys are just the fat. Mark Bourne should worry about the fat between his ears.
Yes, that's it. I think that's what I was getting at.
Okay.
It is just ridiculous, these guys.
I know.
That it's recruitment's the problem at the 2 years, and that where they're going on, and the funding is the big thing. These guys do not want to fund education. And the purpose of the university is not only to provide, to educate people, to train people to work. It's also to produce citizens. And these guys do not want to have citizens. They want to have slaves. That's what Project 25 is all about. We'll all just be little serfs underneath the baleful eye of Mayhew and Bourne and all the other righteous righties who have forgotten their history class. It's interesting that this little encyclopedia, this dictionary of cultural literature I had, has kind of a little thumbnail sketch of various history. And the thing for the Baptists is one of the big things for the Baptists was separation of church and state back in the day. And of course, they objected to paying taxes to the Church of England. Well, now we're all going to be paying taxes to whatever church they decide this is going to be our official national church, and that.
And it'll be a part of our education. They want to throw that in. They want to make sure it's included, that they know that this country was based on the Christian religion.
Hogwash.
Yes, I know. I know. But yeah, the thing that's most insulting from these comments that I just played is that they actually think people will believe that the students aren't learning anything, that maybe these exams that they had just gone through and the graduation they had just gone through was all based on learning how to protest and a woke propaganda agenda that doesn't really exist. And it's insulting to think that they think that we would believe something like that. That's all they learned here in Madison. They're not really trying to get an occupation or get into some advanced, coursework.
Mark, thank you for your call.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thanks. I'm John Peterson, and right over here, I'm pointing to him, is what's your name again?
Gordy Young. 649. Coming up, Margie Taylor Greene has no respect for the law. No respect.
John and
John
Gordy's.
and Gordy, you're off the air. You don't realize that your mics are live.
Thank you, Sam.
We're here. Do it live. Radio.
Mad Radio 92.7
Yeah.
WMDX. It's Tuesday, May 21st. Showers and thunderstorms on the way, and a high of 81 humid degrees.
It's bad. Let's talk about a representative down there from Texas.
Why?
She's making a name for herself. Jasmine Crockett's really getting out there and giving everybody pretty much a hard time. She's a lawyer, but she's also a representative, and it's not going to get pushed around
Jasmine
in the House.
Crockett.
Yes. Jasmine
Any relation
Crockett.
to Davy?
No.
Okay. Well, not that we know of. Maybe.
Well, maybe. She's black, and I think
Well,
Davy Crockett was white,
okay.
but probably not a relation.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, she and Marjorie Taylor Greene had a little disagreement. Marjorie Taylor Greene said something nasty about her eyelashes.
Yeah.
And Crockett said, she just wanted to clarify. I can't remember what description she had of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Some kind of tight fitness, manly body that she had.
This has been going on for a couple of days, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this little cat fight in the house, right?
Yes, kind of. It was a really volatile disagreement.
Okay.
And this is what Jasmine had to say about that whole row. 113? 113?
Sam dozed off for a second.
I was working on queuing something up, and I stopped listening for 3 seconds.
That's why we
went after your appearance, and then you went out, you went back at her 1,000-fold.
I did in a very lawyerly way.
Obviously, she started it. I'm not disputing that, but
Yeah.
do you regret that at all?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't. Because here's the thing. I signed up to be a member of Congress. That didn't mean that I was supposed to walk into a position where I'm going to walk in and be disrespected. It's already a hostile work environment being there, and we do have rules. The problem with MAGA is that MAGA does not respect rules, nor do they respect the law. That is exactly why they're all running up to Trump's trial, because he's in trouble not because of some big conspiracy by the Biden administration. He's in trouble because he fails to respect the law. The reason that the Supreme Court right now is debating whether or not Trump can commit crimes or any president can commit crimes and then be let off is because they have no respect for law. The party of law and order is gone at this point in time.
There you go.
Okay. Well,
And
that's what
the bottom line is not having respect for law. And we could that could be a blanket thing we could say about the entire administration that was in power under Trump. And no one had any respect for the law, and it continues to this day. And Project 2025 is also one of those things where they don't have any respect for the Constitution, law, or anything. They're going to change it all in order to kind of gear it toward their party. The conservatives.
That's what Project 2025 is all about, is really writing a new constitution.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So,
and Jasmine, by the way, was asked about what Biden has done so far for the black voter out there. I go out and I interview a lot of black individuals in their communities, and they're not really wanting to get involved in the voting process or in the census. They don't want to give their input. They feel like they've been shortchanged, that no one listens to them, so they don't feel like they need to vote.
that's what you found as you go out and do the census.
Yeah. And those are questions I ask on my own. Just want to get a feel for the community, basically.
That's the common attitude.
Yeah, that's what I get. And this is what she said about what Biden has done for the
President
black
Joe
voter.
Biden is very focused on the black vote this weekend. In particular, he's headed to Detroit tonight to appeal to black voters. He's speaking at Morehouse this morning. Wayne County Executive Warren Evans from Detroit, from Michigan, told the Detroit News, apathy is the biggest problem. You've got to get somebody to get them out and give them a reason to come out. Why is Biden struggling with black voters right now?
I think it's about whether or not people understand what he has done for them. It's tough to kind of connect the dots sometimes. And honestly, this administration has done so much that it's not a matter of, hey, I've got this one thing, and just kind of continually hitting that one thing. And so I think right now it's about making sure it's communicated as he goes to Morehouse that $7 billion has been given to HBCUs, more than any other administration ever. People credit Trump for supporting HBCUs when in reality, Trump did not want to reauthorize the $253 million that was already signed into law. He actually wasn't going to reauthorize it. It was Dr. Adams, a Black woman, a member of the Congressional Black Caucus, who is a former HBCU professor and a former HBCU student, who said that's not going to be good enough. So what did Trump do? He took a picture with all the HBCU presidents and made it seem as if he did something novel and great. And it wasn't. He actually was going to cut them off. And so I think that Black folk need to know that this administration has actually invested in them. When you start looking at student debt relief, it has disproportionately positively impacted Black folk. We're talking about over $137 billion for over 4 million people. That means that there is at least 4 million people that now can hopefully start to get at that wealth gap and maybe buy a home because their debt to income ratio won't be so bad.
They need to get you out on the trail is what I think.
I will be heading to Detroit as soon as I can.
All right.
That was a great explanation. And a lot of this debt relief goes to Black voters as well. And it can give them that head start that they need to get home, start investing in their lives, start a family, and get a good job. And if they did vote, they will be listened to.
Got to get out and vote.
And it looks like Trump tried to take credit and then cut the funding on top of it. This is so typical of the MAGA at this point. This is so standard procedure for them. So anyway, it's important to get the Black voters out there.
Well, absolutely, yes, and continue to track it as we go along.
One of the weird things that we just saw on CNN, right, is that Graceland is in foreclosure.
Yes,
I did not know
Elvis's palace there in Memphis.
That's right.
In foreclosure.
And a granddaughter is complaining and trying to stop the foreclosure of Graceland.
How is that possible?
That would be like selling stuff on the property.
Well, yes, or selling the whole property to somebody else.
All this very, I would assume, very expensive stuff.
Well,
whatever you call it. Collectibles.
Yeah, souvenirs and stuff. Sales are down apparently at Graceland. Yeah, and visitors.
Foreclosure.
How can that be? Yeah. Wow. Hey, coming up, how did Project 2025 begin?
Yes,
right? We'll go back to the roots.
We're going to start with the beginning.
John and Gordy Show.
transmitted by wire.
Here is the latest news brought into your own living room. You'll be hard to satisfy with anything less.
Let's get on something to talk about.
Talk is cheap. Gib. Always gossiping. It's the John and Gordy Show.
This is High Five Plus.
And that's the way it is.
We'll do it live. Only on Mad Radio 92.7 WMDX. Take it away, boys.
All week long, we're taking a look at Project 2025, something that should scare the daylights out of everybody. Now, if we can't get the message out that the economy is doing really well, I can't believe I'm actually saying that. People haven't noticed. That's okay. It doesn't, hey, all of this work, all this infrastructure doesn't affect me. I haven't seen a change. I hate the economy. Boy, that Biden, I blame him for this. You know?
Well, what about the inflation, though? What about the Biden inflation?
Benefiting.
You know, that's...
And that's gone now.
Yeah.
All right? Okay. And that inflation, by the way, was greedflation.
And shrinkflation.
And we know about all that stuff. Okay. But you can't get that message across. So I think we're going to go this tactic, the scare tactic, the Project 2025 tactic that is in full bloom.
Well, what I wonder is, how did this ever get started anyway? Project 2025.
Yeah.
What were the beginnings? Huh?
Well, who knows, right?
Does it go back a couple of years?
It does.
Right?
It goes back. Well, it started kind of in 2016. And now
way back
they have rewritten it, and they've become, I dare to say, more concise.
They punched it up a little bit?
500-page dossier. But anyway, this is...
500 pages.
Let's take a look at Project 2025 from the Heritage Foundation. And this is put out by carriernewsroom.com. Check it out. They have the entire thing right there, carriernewsroom.com. We're playing little bits and pieces of it here because it's quite long. This is cut 119, and their explanation, this is their first part of Project 2025, what we can look forward to under a Trump administration.
If you haven't heard about Project 2025, stop what you're doing and watch this. Project 2025 is a plan for Trump's second term that would transform America into a far-right Christian nationalist militarized state. You can read the nearly 1,000-page plan for yourself at project2025.org so you can know I am not exaggerating. 3 key facts. Number 1. A mass firing purge that Trump authorized before the 2020 election but never got to act on is at the center of Project 2025. Now, more than 2 million Americans across the country are part of the federal civilian workforce. Scientists at scientific agencies, doctors at the FDA, accountants at the IRS. We want experts doing jobs that require expertise. But more than 50,000 of them would be fired under this plan and replaced with MAGA loyalists who would use the power of these agencies to fundamentally change the nature of America without needing to involve Congress. Number 2. Project 2025 is a far-right Christian nationalist agenda. By page 5, they're already proclaiming pornography should be outlawed, the people who produce and distribute it should be imprisoned, educators and public librarians who purvey it should be classed as registered sex offenders. This would be alarming enough if they were talking about actual pornography, but their definition spans anything that acknowledges the existence of LGBTQ people. They claim on page 451 that families comprised of a married mother, father, and their children are the foundation of a well-ordered nation and healthy society, thereby designating queer people, single parents, unmarried co-parents, and people who get abortions as inherently inferior and a threat to the state. On page 584, they call for the Department of Labor to explicitly give companies permission to discriminate against LGBTQ Americans. On page 450, they also declare that life begins at conception, and abortion is, quote, not healthcare. Accordingly, the FDA would ban abortion medications, as detailed on page 458. The administration would also seek to strip abortion services and contraception from health plans. See pages 483 and 585. Number 3. Project 2025 envisions a militarized police state where law enforcement is answerable only to the president. Maybe you live in a blue city or state and you think, I don't have to worry about my librarians being imprisoned? Guess again. Page 553 lays out how Trump's Justice Department will take over local law enforcement if they don't like how your own elected officials are running things. And they will prosecute district attorneys that they don't agree with. The plan also strips the FBI director of their independence, making them a lackey of the president. See page 549. And on page 104, the plan reduces the number of military generals, so power is more fully consolidated in the commander-in-chief. A central focus of the new police state would be Trump's goal of undertaking
the largest domestic deportation operation in American history.
Immigration enforcement is to be conducted like a war, with the military deployed within the U.S., and millions of immigrants rounded up and thrown into newly constructed mass holding camps. A powerful new Border Security and Immigration Agency would replace the Department of Homeland Security. See page 133. This would also mean the DHS's efforts to combat far-right domestic terrorists would stop altogether. One plan that is not in the public document, but that members of the Project 2025 team reportedly disclosed to the Washington Post, is to invoke the Insurrection Act to have the military suppress public protests against Trump. I'm just scratching the surface. The plan is loaded with actions ranging from changing labor rules to effectively end overtime pay, that's on page 592, to slaughtering wild horses, that's on page 528. You can do your own deep dive on their website, project2025.org. I'm Alan Piper at apiper13. Follow Courier Newsroom for all of the information you need about the stakes of the 2024 elections.
There you go.
Okay, wow, that was a lot to take in.
Pretty devastating, and those are just the headlines. The details are even more dramatic, just stunning. And we have more of that report, by the way. They get deeper into it.
Good heavens.
And we'll have those in the coming days as well. But there is currently an ad out from Truth Social, and I was trying to find it this morning before we got here. Just found it now. John Dundee, Jondee, John Dundee put it out on Twitter X. Check it out if you can. He's got the ad there. We're going to play the audio of it right now. Imagine at the end of this audio, it shows a blurry newspaper behind the visual, and it says, it's very, very subtle. You really have to look hard, but it says on this newspaper, strength significantly increased by the creation of a unified Reich. That's what it says in this newspaper at the very last line of this ad. Check it out. Let's play it.
What happens after Donald Trump wins? What's next for America? The economy booms. American energy is unleashed and an end to crushing taxes. The border is closed and the largest deportation in history is underway. No more wars as we focus on home. Law and order is restored. The American dream is back, and the best is yet to come. Make America great again.
And just in the visual behind that is a newspaper, very blurry, but it says strength significantly increased by the creation of a unified Reich. And John Denny writes, yep, he's gone there. That's pretty much it.
It's stunning. I mean, as we listen to that, on Project 2025, the review and all the citations in there, it just goes on and on. But the ones that jumped out at me, talking about abortion care and reproductive health care for women, that all goes out.
Yep,
it's not just abortion. Reproductive health care is such a huge part of what Planned Parenthood is all about, keeping women healthy as they go through their pregnancies. And also a military deportation. Really?
Yeah.
Just round everybody up that is quote-unquote illegals or maybe are past their visa and just send them back.
Well, we're seeing all of this unwind already in a registry.
Yeah.
For those who have been having babies. You just can't make this stuff up, and they have somehow, I guess. So we're going to take a look at. There's something we can do, though.
Yeah.
And this is great stuff from Legia Miller. She's a lawyer. This is on YouTube, and I just found this absolutely fascinating. She looked at this, but there's also a way you can apply to become part of 2025.
Oh.
And she's got a way to game the system. Let's check this out. This is cut number 126.
Middle Eastern Christians and other religious minorities, as well as the human trafficking endemic to the region. But of course, we know which religious freedom they're concerned with here. In all of this, Project 2025 essentially creates a blueprint for the proliferation of a Christian nationalist agenda at every level of government. You guys, that's just one pillar of Project 2025. This 920-page manifesto is pillar number 1. But it is the most extensive because it lays out the foundation for everything to come and how the next president should go about pushing every conservative talking point imaginable, all with the backdrop of eviscerating federal agencies and concentrating as much power as possible in the hands of the president. Pillar number 2 is the creation of a personnel database, what they're calling the conservative LinkedIn, which sounds like hell on earth, from which to pull qualified conservatives to place at every level of government. They have an application to be part of the personnel database linked on their website. So I thought, hell, maybe I'll apply. Y'all are always telling me that I should get involved in government. They even had boxes I could check saying that I'm liberal and progressive, so it seems like maybe I'm welcome too. I just answered a few questions, and they were all interestingly worded as though they were trying to woke bait me, like, the gender wage gap is the result of prejudice and discrimination, agree or disagree? Or, the US needs nationalized healthcare, agree or disagree? I answered honestly, attached my resume, and submitted. A few minutes later, I received a confirmation email that my application had been received. We'll see what happens next. Seems like a good way to keep abreast of developments. Seems like definitely something that could easily, I don't know, be overrun with liberal and progressive applications. It would really be too bad if, like, every person who watched this video submitted an application to be added to the database. Seems like it would make their job a lot harder to find the good conservative candidates in all those applications. I mean, that's just like something I was thinking about. I'm just spitballing here, okay? I left the link to the application in the description just so that you can do your own independent research and form your own opinions. The third pillar of Project 2025 is training. According to the Project 2025 website, the Presidential Administration Academy, it appears that the application to take those courses is the same one to be added to the personnel database. So if you, for some reason, decided to, I don't know, submit an application and overwhelm their personnel database, maybe you would also be given access to these courses. I'm not sure. Definitely do your own research.
Yes, do your own research. I just love the idea. We should definitely flood that. That's Legia Miller, Leeja Miller. Check it out on YouTube. The link is there for, well, you can go to actually Project 2025 and look for that application form.
What I wonder is, what do the average, what we used to call moderate Republicans think about all this? The Reagan Republicans.
I don't think they're around anymore.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They should be. They ought to be sitting up and paying attention.
We
we'll
can
be
only
back
hope.
With more of John and Gordy coming up.
John and Gordy Family Show. I'm John.
And I'm Gordy. Good morning to you. And we want to have a shout out here to Sherry from Horicon.
Yeah, she's been listening a long time.
Yeah. Hi, John and Gordy from Sherry and Horicon. Hi, Sherry.
Hi back.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're glad that we're bringing your day up.
Yeah.
with Project 2025.
Yeah, I'm just stunned. I'm stunned about Project 2025, but I'm also stunned that Graceland could be in foreclosure.
Yeah.
How can they shut down or foreclose Graceland? You would think it would be a money, grabber for all those Elvis fans, but maybe they're old and retired and not going to Graceland anymore. I don't know.
I don't know. Is this just a breaking story, or has this been going on for the last couple of months?
I have no idea. Have you ever been to Graceland?
Yeah.
Have you been there?
I have, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I didn't go in. I was
you
out
just
by
went-
the gate.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I'm assuming the organization that owns his estate owns the property. So how does it get foreclosed upon if it is owned outright?
Well, isn't Priscilla's still alive?
Right.
Correct?
Yeah, I don't know. Is she still involved with
a
things?
granddaughter is trying to stop the foreclosure.
Right. Okay. Well,
And
we'll
Are
keep
they
you
not
posted
paying their
on
property taxes or something?
Well, the
maybe,
thing here is Memphis not interesed in maintaining this property?
You would think it'd be the
like it'd be like a draw, like
big
Disneyland.
draw. Yes. Or would it be a national historic
That's
place?
what I would think. They could designate that.
You would think. I don't
Well,
know.
I don't.
We'll keep
This
on.
is crazy
We'll have to
stuff.
dig some.
I know. Let's get back to Project 2025 because
Okay.
it's so uplifting. Again, we're just
We're doing the deep dive all this week. Trying to workshop. We're trying to help out.
Yeah.
Because they need a little help, obviously. They need to tweak a few things.
They certainly do.
Yeah.
Yeah. A long
just
way to
trying to
go.
help.
There's a long way to go.
Okay.
This is a lot more serious at this point. A Holocaust survivor, Irene Weiss, on what something like Project 2025 could turn Americans into dangerous animals. Cut 123. Let's hear it.
The most dangerous animal in the world is man, because other animals will hurt you if they're hungry or it's their nature of hunting. But man can turn into an animal in no time. All he needs is permission. As soon as permission is given from higher up, from government, it accelerates. Even a hint of permission that it's okay to attack this group or exclude this group or shame that group. It's happening. It's never stopped.
Wow.
Yeah, it is happening.
Little warning.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the man versus bear debate. Have you heard about this?
No.
It was a thing going. It's probably still going on. A big thing on TikTok, and then it spread to other social media where women would be asked, "Would you rather be walking alone in the woods and come across a single man, or come across a bear?" And overwhelmingly, women would choose the bear because a bear is predictable, and that a bear is just going to act out of instinct and hunger, but a man is very, very unpredictable sometimes.
Yeah.
I've not heard that.
That's what she was saying here. Most dangerous animal.
Okay.
All right, let's get to an ad now. This is from the Lincoln Project. They've done a lot on this. The difference between Project 2025 and Trump's usual authoritarian ravings is that Project 2025 isn't an empty threat. It's a concrete plan that will roll back your rights and put the government in your life. These are small government individuals putting government in your life. We have been warned. Let's play that ad from the Lincoln Project.
They say Project 2025 will change your life. For once, they're telling the truth.
Donald Trump gets in for 4 more years. He's going full throttle.
Project 2025 is Trump's plan to make America different, less free, less fair, less American. It's a roadmap for total control. Trump's control.
The gloves are off. There are no holds barred here.
Not just of the government, of your life, of your body, of every one of your freedoms, of what you can read and say, and where you can travel. He'll round up American citizens, use the government to punish his enemies, put the crazy and corrupt in power forever.
It's 4 years of scorched earth when Donald Trump retakes the White House.
But he promises to only be a dictator for one day. One day, sure.
One day?
Yep. One day for sure.
Yeah.
I had a graph. I lost it, but
a graph.
Yeah.
Chart?
Yeah, a chart on. They took a poll on whether people would vote for Biden or Trump based on Project 2025. I lost. Do you have it in your list there?
Well, let me see.
You made some copies.
Is this it?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
Got it right there.
Yep. There it is.
How is that?
I don't know.
Is it a chart or a graph? Is it a poll or a graph or a chart? What is it? Is it a pie chart?
Well,
I like pie. It better be color coded, John.
Well, it was at one time. Now it's
okay. I'm colorblind, so
it's black and white because we made a copy of it. I'm looking.
Well, you can't read it.
I'm trying to look all over. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Man.
It's not a pie chart.
No, it isn't a pie chart, but it does have color.
It is a graph.
And my color print here, but this is black and
Sorry.
white. No, I can't even read it.
Can you just describe? You want some crayons? Do we have some magic markers? Here's some markers over there. We could make our own.
Yeah, well, okay.
Okay, what's it?
I've got a light. I've got a bright light here, and I'm going to try to make some sense out of this.
John's got his flashlight on the phone.
I can barely see this in this dark room. About the Project 2025 agenda described above, how does this make you feel about voting in the November election? And according to this, it is like 85% or 65% Biden votes. And third party said 42% would vote for Biden. And this is the strange thing. It would make more likely that Republicans would vote for Trump by 46%.
Okay.
If they heard about Project 2025. And then it says here, does not impact your vote at all. If they knew about Project 2025, 46%. So they would vote for it. Once they find out about Project 2025, they would vote for it by 46%. And it doesn't make a damn bit of difference if they even knew about it, 46%. And that's a kind of an interesting thing. They don't care. I don't think they're really even paying attention to Project 2025.
Well, it's like 1,000 pages long, you know. So
yeah, exactly.
I mean, first of all, there's that, and and even the summaries are hundreds of pages long. So
everybody else is panicking. The independent voter, the Democrats, liberal voters, obviously are going to vote for Biden because of this this recent poll. There'll be more polls, I hope, at least. Maybe the Marquette poll will take this up as well. But what do you think about Project 2025?
Yeah,
We're focusing on that all week long here.
We need more charts and polls and graphs.
Something that I can read.
7:29. Coming up, the Chiefs kicker is part of Project 25. What? Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, we'll have that story.
John and Gordy Show.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Department Store, which this week only is featuring its annual clearance sale. No, not clearance. This is their clearance sale. Any customer named Clarence will receive 15% off any purchase during this week only. Offer void where not prohibited by law.
Yeah, we're trying to get rid of all the Clarences now.
Okay. It's a clearance sale.
Wonder how popular that name still is. Any place, Clarence?
Well, remember Clarence Clemens from E Street Band?
Yes.
Big man?
Yeah, the big man.
Just trying to think of any other. Well, Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court.
Let's get rid of that Clarence. Can we please? Oh, please.
We had a question from Sherry and Horicon on the text. Yeah. And you can text us at the Civic Media app. Yeah. Who wrote Project 2025? Is it real? Okay.
The Heritage Foundation has come up with it, but it's a lot of contributors. A lot of contributors. Different organizations and groups, think tanks and institutes. They got so much of this stuff on the right wing, and we have done nothing.
Under Trump's direction.
How come we don't have our institutes and our fellows at those institutes writing up documentation like this?
Yeah.
1,000 pages.
It's That's
crazy, right? That's crazy talk.
Well, 1,000 pages. That's good bedroom reading, right? Put you to sleep after about the first 5 pages. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think it is.
If it wasn't so alarming, So,
and
what are you looking for over there?
I'm just looking. I thought, I'd just throw something in, something light, and frivolous, and the little topics that.
By the way, tomorrow
came up with.
We'll be at Short Stack Eatery.
Yes,
right down the street here on West Johnson and State, and we invite you to join us. We're there every Wednesday morning from 6 to 8 a.m. And we'd love it if you want to stop by and say hello.
Or just buy us breakfast.
We're not asking
we're
for
struggling.
that. No, we're not.
We're struggling.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's always a fun time.
For so many years.
Okay.
When I got into radio, I don't know if it was the same for you, but you don't get paid a lot. And you don't get a lot of benefits except for maybe a free ticket here and there. But other than that, you couldn't afford food.
Yeah, that's right. Old saying in radio, you can't pay the rent with bumper stickers and concert tickets.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's get into a little Project 2025.
There's more?
From the Kansas City Chiefs kicker, Harrison.
Is this your lighthearted story that you were going to throw in?
It is, actually.
Really? So wait a minute. The Kansas City kicker on the football team.
Harrison Butker.
Yeah.
Nice name, and he gave the commencement speech at Benedictine College a few weeks ago. Yeah. I'm a little late on this story. I know a lot of people have probably checked this out already, but I thought we'd throw it in before the dumpster fire Friday came up. And he said that women, their most important title should be homemaker. And of course, he's talking to a lot of women in the audience.
Sure.
Who went to college, have tuition bills to pay.
Yeah.
But now he's saying, maybe you were lied to. Maybe they were just, blowing smoke. It's a diabolical lie, he termed it. Let's just listen to his comment here. I'm not even going to try to describe it. Let's put it in his words.
Congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Yes. Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. I'm beyond blessed with the many talents God has given me, but it cannot be overstated that all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school would convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
Wow.
Homemaker.
Boy, oh boy. Nice.
Well, he got very emotional.
Very emotional.
Yeah.
Didn't sell it, though.
No.
Did not sell it at all. Oh,
is he getting some pushback on those comments?
Yeah, everybody's really kind of angry about that comment. And the bigger picture here is this is part of the Christian right in this country. And he's the spokesperson for this. This is a woman's place. Homemaker. In the kitchen.
Wife and
having
mother.
Children. Yes. Well, I mean, having children is one of the most fantastic things ever. And I can attest to that. But at the same time, career is also really important. But he doesn't like that part of it. Nope, doesn't agree to it at all. Now, I have a British take on this, a comedic British response. And let's check this out.
Tired of being judged for choosing to have children or not have children, to have children and go back to work, to have children and not go back to work, for being too thin, too fat, too pushy, too unambitious, too hot, not hot enough, or even for just daring to be alive. Women have stressed that everyone can go themselves. Nathan Muir has been gauging the reaction because apparently a man is the best person to report this story.
If you have a vagina, people have the right to judge you on every single thing you do, even what you do with your vagina. Or so it has been up until now. I spoke to one of womankind about their backlash.
The message is clear, and the message is, you're right, we will do as you command. Just kidding, it's...
That's all from me.
That's it. And that's their response. I think a welcome response.
Okay. Let's go to the phone lines. Dick is on the line with a question or a comment. Good morning, Dick.
Good morning. Real quick, I was just watching some of these talking heads on Morning Joe talking about the Trump campaign, and they think that they're going to try and tack to the center. And because they know some of this stuff's really extreme. And I'm going, well, excuse me, tack to the center? Immediately they'll go hard right towards this stuff if he were to get elected. And the Democrats better get out there and really start pounding the pavement and telling people how crazy this stuff is.
Yes, this is
not
tacking,
crazy.
Not tacking to the center.
No,
just an amazing thing. Oh my gosh!
First
well, what?
How can he come off with that in the first place when it's the thing he takes full credit for overturning Roe v. Wade?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you say, I mean, oh well.
I know.
That's all I got.
Yep, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks, Dick.
Thanks. So this Harrison Butker, the Kansas City Chiefs kicker, he did that speech. Was that at a commencement?
Yes, it was a commencement speech.
So the White House is considering not inviting him to the White House, apparently, because of that. Yes, right?
Yes, I would uninvite him.
Yeah.
Yes, the uninvited. It's an old movie, old ghost movie. But yes, I would uninvite that guy. That is not the approach that anybody wants to take in this country except for the right wing and the MAGA and Project 2025. That's where they want everybody. They want everybody in their little categories. I think that's where we're going with this whole thing. And, there's a lot going on with the trial still. Everybody's still talking about that ad nauseum. We really kind of should put that at the back burner because whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Well, the judge
is getting so much attention.
Yeah. The judge cleared the courtroom yesterday because of the defense witness that they had on the stand.
An idiot.
The lawyer. And his name is
a lawyer acting like an idiot.
Yes, but he just
whispering to the jury.
He was talking to the jury.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And the judge kicked everybody out.
Right.
Even the press got kicked out, and then they found out later what happened. But the judge was not happy with that.
Now, well, talking about women's rights in the trial, let's check out this from the Daily Show. This is cut 101, and this is. Desi Leidick, she presents her case on The Daily Show.
Donald Trump is entering his second month of the trial, and his courthouse is becoming a pilgrimage site for all of his supporters and wannabe VPs. This week alone, we saw Vivek Ramaswamy, J.D. Vance, Mike Johnson, and whoever this guy is. It's like the Met Gala for people who don't believe in women's rights.
There you go.
But of all the people who came out to support Trump, nobody, and I mean nobody, did it weirder than Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville.
First of all, I'm disappointed in the courtroom. It is depressing. That courtroom is depressing. This is New York City, the icon of our country, and we got a courtroom that's the most depressing thing I've ever been in. Mental anguish is trying to be pushed on the Republican candidate for the President of the United States this year.
Mental anguish? This dude spends every day whining about how Gen Z is too woke with their safe spaces, and now he's out here like the wallpaper is giving the president trauma. These fluorescent lights are literal violence. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you this, Tommy Tuberville, but that place doesn't even crack the top 10 most depressing places in New York. Try the sushi case at Duane Reade. I know, it's very sad. Or the bathroom at Port Authority. Or honestly, anywhere at Port Authority. You'll be begging to be put on trial. But the point is, I'm sure Trump appreciated all of his buddies coming by to cheer him up. But maybe they could just tone it down a notch. I mean, it's kind of hard for Trump to argue that he would never cheat on his wife when there's a line of dudes outside waiting to suck him off.
All right. That's the Daily Show take on all of that. That's good stuff. And, you know, they are humiliating themselves. They dressed all, you know, I can't even imagine they're coordinating this. Dressed the same colors, the same ties, just get out there and say the same things over and over. And
I don't think it went over very well.
It's like Despicable Me. He's Gru, and all of the people showing up are his minions.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Well, and it didn't, I mean, I guess they felt obligated to do this, right? Trump twisted their arms.
Yes,
twisting
their arms.
Yeah.
Who will be more
please
subservient.
Support me.
Although my wife, Ann, she thinks that J.D. Vance has the inside track as VP.
Well,
That's
she could
possible.
be right.
That's possible.
Yeah.
He's the only one that comes across slightly serious in all of this.
Yeah.
I was going to get into this. This is maybe we have very little time here. How much time do we have? Couple minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to get this in here. This is fun. Remember Hillary, the movie, coming out just before the election?
Yes.
All right. This is billionaire Donald Trump donor humiliates himself on the world stage as he realizes far too late that the movie he funded is actually an anti-Trump, and then tries to subtly scuttle the movie. And this is something he is very angry about. This is the whole thing. Hillary, the movie, was a propaganda movie taking a shot at Hillary just before the election. And then it went to the Supreme Court, and it came about, you know, all of a sudden now it's, you know, Citizens United and money is free speech and on and on. So this movie was going to come out and promote Trump. And this billionaire funded it, and now he's finding out it was an anti-Trump movie. Oh, no.
What was this movie? What was the name of this?
It's called The Apprentice.
Oh, okay. All right.
Little, you know, biographical thing. It turned out to be very, very negative. Apparently, it says here, Dan Snyder, the former owner of the NFL team, once known as the Washington Redskins, helped finance The Apprentice. Apparently, Snyder mistakenly believed that he was funding a pro-Trump propaganda film. Instead, the movie is not.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Great stuff.
All right. Coming up, we've got tidbits, this, that, leftovers on the John and Gordy Show.
Terrific if you like eating leftovers.
Leftovers?
Leftovers? I kept the leftovers. The leftovers! Just some leftovers.
Leftovers for a week and a half.
He ate those leftovers.
Funeral leftovers.
The day we eat all the leftovers.
I'll just have leftovers. Leftovers. Enjoy.
Sometimes it's the best part of the meal, the leftovers. Mad Radio 92.7 WMDX, John and Gordy on this Tuesday morning. Don't forget, tomorrow we're at Short Stack Eatery right down the street, State and Johnson. Join us.
That's right. Yeah. You know, there was good news about Wisconsin. Just a small little map that they showed.
We could use some good news.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
Dan Schaefer is a reporter, and he came out with a little bit of good news from Wisconsin. Okay. Looks like some very strong wage growth happened in our state. The best in the nation, by the way. They showed a map of the nation and some of the up and down growth for wages. And Wisconsin came out on top. 7+.
No kidding.
Yeah, whatever that means.
7+.
7+
okay.
in wage growth. Michigan was next at 2.4% wage growth.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's really good.
That's positive.
We're moving ahead.
A couple of swing states.
Yeah.
On the way up.
So people should be feeling better about the economy, right?
Should be.
Somebody should be.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we'll beat that drum until
until
we break the drum.
Well, it's hard to put it all into perspective, but yes, the economy is really humming right along. The stock market has never been higher.
Yeah.
And like you say, wage growth is happening, but still, the Republicans have it in mind that the inflation thing, they keep beating that drum.
They do.
And, because of shrinkflation and whatever else, that's what they're hanging on to.
Well, if Trump does become president, he's also promised everybody that same tax cut he promised before, which put us $7.5 trillion in debt.
With a T, yeah.
So, if we do it again, that's going to happen again, and those individuals will continue to make a lot of money. And I have a little list here from Robert Reich, who provided this. He said, well, here, Trump promised the same tax cut again, and who benefits? Well, Verizon. Before, they had to pay 21% taxes. Now they're going to end up with that Trump tax cut, 8%. 21% to 8%. Verizon, because, they need the money. They really need to make a little bit more. And then Walmart, if that tax cut goes away, it does expire. The Trump tax cuts do expire, except for the corporate tax cut. That's a permanent one. But Walmart, before 31%, now they're going to end up paying 17% because they need the money. AT&T, 13%. Theirs goes down to 3%. I don't think you and I...
No.
pay just 3%. Wow. But they deserve it, though.
Oh, do
AT&T, they've been around a long time. And you've got to feel sorry for them. I'm sure that, times are tough at AT&T. Walt Disney, before, they paid 26%.
What are they going to pay now?
Taxes. They're going to pay 8%. Tough. Life is tough. I'm telling you, man, they need a break. They have to put up with DeSantis down there.
It's hard work being the largest media conglomerate in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We have a text in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trump, he's saying that the reason the stock market is doing so well is because the investors are anticipating his return to power.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's
why stocks are going up. Okay.
Yeah, I'll almost bet you anything that Wall Street just tanks.
Oh, no.
He's promising 100% tariff on anything from China. Not just products that are made in China, but ingredients or any part of a product made in this country, made with a product from China, 100% tariff on that. You think prices will go up? You think you'll see a little bit of inflation?
Yeah, that goes right into the consumers.
FedEx
wallet.
FedEx, you know, they need
Yeah,
help. They need help.
They need new trucks
oh
and stuff.
My gosh. Oh,
they got to get new uniforms.
They used to pay 18%.
How much?
They'll pay 1%.
Really?
Why should they even pay any?
This is Trump's plan?
Yep. Trump's plan, if he gets those tax cuts through again, boy, this is big time benefits for the needy, the corporate needy. It's the giveaway that they need so desperately. Oh my gosh.
Well, they got to stay in business. They got a lot of employees. I'm sure they pass along, salary increases to all of the people. No? Kleenex is right over there.
I don't know what to do.
Do it.
Oh.
You gonna be okay, big guy?
I
know it's rough.
Those CEOs,
the rich people, they need more money.
The CEOs wearing the same suits day after day. I just can't. I can't wrap my head around that. Oh my gosh!
They really need help.
Oh boy,
they need help.
Yes, they certainly
they need
do.
more money.
Yes,
and the rich get richer, and the rest of us just get along.
But you never know.
Yeah,
you just never know. Maybe Trump won't win. Isn't it
he
stunning?
actually did better in money donations in the most recent period.
It's not quite as good as Biden's take so far.
Overall,
yeah,
Biden's doing better, but this last month or so,
but
Biden's
that campaign is
went
putting
down.
a lot of ads.
What's that?
The Biden campaign.
Yeah, they're
putting
spending
a lot of ads out there, especially internet ads.
Mm-hmm. They've got all that going on, as well as big TV ads.
And because we're featuring Project 2025, they are suddenly getting into the act as well, and they're going to be pushing that heavily.
In their ads?
Heavily, yes. They're starting to put out ads on Project 2025.
I haven't seen any yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully,
I'll be watching for those.
You start seeing them because I know that you will be the template. The guy who stays away from media completely.
I just got moved down here. I just got the internet going. Everything's back in form there, so I'll be well informed.
Yeah. Well, we'll help you out.
Okay.
We want you to have the best internet in your home, the best Wi-Fi.
Are we going to get into this again? It's all perfect.
We had a big discussion in here yesterday.
Yes, we did.
It's all working
and
perfectly.
We have a Gen Zer who says, well, if you can get the internet, if you got Wi-Fi, that's all you need. It's not a good signal of Wi-Fi or a better Wi-Fi or stay up to date on Wi-Fi.
John, you just have to have the latest and greatest.
Oh, Lord.
The
I do.
best of the best, and you want that for everyone else, but
that's right.
It's just too much.
All
it's
right.
too
Because
complicated.
Turn your mics down.
The best of the best today is only going to be second best next year.
Okay. Are we done?
Whatever you say. We'll continue this conversation off
That's
the air,
going to do it for the John and Gordy Show for this Tuesday morning. Join us tomorrow live from Short Stack Eatery. We want you to have a great day. So long.
All right. Thank you, Gordy. I'm John.